always ask for help because technology can throw you off. And especially just in business in general, right? It's like you have to look as if you know what you're doing. The tricky part is when you don't know what you're doing, ask for help. I see like on Instagram, they have the ability for creators to create their own shop. So I tried it. To be honest with you, I messed it up. So what did I do? I went to Fiverr. I think that's how you pronounce it, Fiverr. And I just looked up people who can set up Instagram and Facebook shops. And I found a guy in another country. He charged something like, I don't know, $100. And we did a Zoom call. Didn't see his face. I could hear him talking. I explained to him what, my issue was. I gave him temporary access to my shop. Once I gave him that access, he just stayed on the Zoom call with me the whole time, went through everything, got it set up in like 40 minutes. And then once he was done, he logged out and he was able to send me a link to the Zoom call so I can just see exactly what he did. Why was that important? Because once you set up your Instagram shop, or once you set up a shop, right? Because you have to set it up through Shopify. Once you get your account set up on Shopify, that then links over to your Spotify account, right? And let's keep it real. We're in a day and time where streams don't really mean much, but streams are still a way to reach listeners. Like, don't ever get it twisted to be like, oh man, I'm not going to put my music out and let it stream because I'm getting a couple pennies or not even a penny. Think of it, in my opinion, as giving away a sample. You're giving away a sample of your music. And I'll give you a perfect example. Tyler, the Creator, is one of my favorite artists, right? And funny story in between. Years ago when I used to do blogging for a site called Hip Hop Ruckus. It was ran by this brother by the name of Corey out of North Carolina. I'm up here in NY. But Corey's seen some of my YouTube videos and he said, yo, even like looking at this video, he said, yo, the quality of your videos is always really dope. I like what you're doing. Would you like to be like an on-air correspondent on behalf of the blog? Cool, let's do it. Set me up with a bunch of interviews. I mean, I've interviewed some of the greatest hip hop acts, to date, like 3 6 Mafia, Slim Thug, Joel Santana. We're talking about in the time when they were like doing it. Like Mike Jones, like just a bunch of people. And a lot of labels would just email all the journalists at the website to review music, check out videos, invite us to press dates, so forth and so on. So one day, we get an email from what appeared to be a publicist from this guy from the West Coast, and it's talking about one of his first songs that came out, and he had a very raw approach to hip hop. Some compared them to a young Wu-Tang Clan, and it was Wolfgang, right? And of course, the lead act in this crew was Tyler, the Creator. I just wanted to share that because we're going back, I don't know, at least 15 years ago to where he was just a regular kid or teenager looking to promote his music to where he is now. Follow me. So when Tyler, the Creator, when I first seen him, I seen him just on like a hip hop blog somewhere. It may have been like on Smash or something. He had the Yonkers video, Waterbug, very eclectic but rugged. I liked it. Then I seen he did the joint with the Gang, the Goblins joint. I'm like, oh, this dude could really rap. Fast forward, then he did the joint with him and Weezy and Kanye, and I just see this guy just keeps popping up. So over time, I started getting more and more into his music from the blogs, and then I started listening to him on Spotify. I really got into it when, I want to say Smuckers, right? When that album dropped, whatever album that was. And after that, Flower Boy, then Igor and all that stuff. But it was mainly at Flower Boy. It's like when I really started to get hooked because it seemed like he'd honed in on his branding and visualization, all the colors, background music. They had some sort of theme to it. Fast forward, he drops Call Me If You Get Lost, and the backdrop to it was right after Kendrick did Damn. And on Damn was hosted by Kid Capri, because I'm from the mixtape era. And then now Tyler has his album being curated by DJ Drama. So again, in the same fashion, he drops a snippet for one of his videos that's coming out. And they got the Rolls Royce pull up, Black Boy hop out, that beat going crazy. I'm like, oh man, I'm hooked on this. And he tweets out limited edition packages, t-shirt and CD in a box with a poster, $25. I'm hooked. Follow me. He made the checkout process so easy so that by the time I clicked on the link, it just took me to a place where I could just buy it. I didn't have to look for anything. It was for that one item. I'm in and out. I wanted to give my listeners the same experience. So I wanted to make sure that I had a mechanism that people respected, which is Shopify, which could then be linked to my Spotify account and or through my own website, TommyDanger.net. And that's the reason why when I didn't understand how to do it, I reached out for the help, because this is your business. You want to make sure that your business is in order. I know sometimes as indie artists, we like to do everything ourselves. But if you can't really knock something out in a few minutes, it's not for you to do. That's when you should say to yourself, okay, let me research first, find out who the other experts are. You check out reviews. You ask other people who set up their website, so forth and so on. You shop around till you can find something within your budget. And please, when you're looking for people to help you, don't go for free and don't go for the cheapest, because you pay for what you get. All right? But there are plenty of resources out there that can help you with whatever tasks you want to do. Even as I'm working on this video here, I use ChatGPT heavily to basically map out everything for me. And I would say minimally, if you can't afford to do certain things, there's enough resources online between ChatGPT, YouTube, and TikTok to where you can find and teach yourself how to do certain things, but there may be better use of your time, especially if you struggle with it. So if you struggle with something, do your research, reach out, make sure it makes financial sense to you. Don't just do it because that's the cool thing that everybody else is doing. Do it because you're making an investment in your business and that you'll learn something for your next venture. Hope this is helpful. Danger Champions, let's go.